How many discounts does USAA Auto Insurance offer? Too many to say here. Multi-vehicle discount, safe driver discount, new vehicle discount, storage discount, legacy.
How many discounts will you stack up? Visit USAA.com/auto discounts. Restrictions apply.
Hey, it's Paris. You know I love sparkly things, right? Like stars. Duh. And thanks to Hilton and Auto Camp, I just slept under them. Picture me, serving looks by the fire outside my luxurious Airstream, making s'mores with the kids, while a national park is our backdrop. The great outdoors meets Hilton hospitality. That's hot. Explore all the new ways to stay at Hilton.com. Hilton for the stay.
With a major selection of the looks your kiddos love starting at just $4 in the Walmart app, a new school year means a stylish new them. Who knew? Find skater skirts and Crocs that say, I'm casual but cool. Sparkly sneakers that say, it's my classroom, you're just learning in it. And preppy polos that say, I'm the teacher's pet, even if they're mommy's menace at home. Find their favorite styles starting at just $4 in the app. The Walmart you thought you knew is now new.
Hey everyone, welcome to this edition of Keep Watch Pass on the It's Not That Bad podcast channel and a proud member of the Pantheon Podcast Network. You know, when it comes to medical dramas or medical shows, TV seems to be where it's at. You think about it, you got House, you have Grey's Anatomy, you have ER, you have all of these really fantastic shows. But the movies also carry their own weight. So this week, we're talking about medical or doctor-based movies. And here to join me, a little bit of bad medicine herself, my lovely wife, Carrie. Carrie, how you doing?
Oh, well, just like a pill.
Well, bad medicine is what I need. Whoa.
You know, you had mentioned the TV series, but I need to see Doogie Howser, the movie.
Okay, but are we talking like Doogie Howser, like from the show, or are we talking the eventual Doogie Howser with the Nazi Gestapo from Starship Troopers becoming a doctor?
I want to see more Neil Patrick Harris. Wouldn't it be cool to like do a movie? He could be like the president of the hospital and he could be training new, wide-eyed doctors as they come into the hospital. And that could be the movie premise.
Haven't we said everything there is to say about Doogie Howser?
Definitely not.
Really?
Bring it back.
Well remember,
I need more.
Disney Plus had that, was it Doogie Kamehameha or whatever it was, where it was like a young girl doctor in Hawaii?
Yes. Yeah.
But again,
I didn't watch it though, so I can't really comment on it. But,
right.
But I'm
hoping Doogie Howser upgraded his computer from those TV shows. What was he using? Like Word Perfect?
Ooh.
Corel Word Perfect? Oh God. I aged myself right there. But the thing with medical shows is that they always work well for that 1 hour procedural style of show.
Well, Scrubs is coming back.
I know Scrubs is coming. Well, Scrubs never should have left in the first place.
True. Yes.
But sometimes you have to step away from a show for a little bit. And when it comes back, you're like, oh, welcome back. I will admit, I found it hard to come up with films for this week's Keep Watch Pass because I don't normally watch medical themed dramas. I mean, aside from a show like House, which, okay, I enjoyed House, I'll admit, but I never watched ER. I never watched Grey's Anatomy. I wasn't the biggest medical procedural guy. I mean, House is great because Hugh Laurie is just cranky good, but it's not necessarily my go-to genre.
But there are a lot of quality hospital dramas. I mean, Grey's Anatomy, you mentioned, The Good Doctor.
Yeah, I've never watched a single episode of that.
Oh.
And I haven't watched The Pit, and I haven't watched so many other medical dramas where it's like I felt out of my wheelhouse. So I found I was like, okay, tell me there's a doctor who's a main character in this film.
Would bones kind of count.
Not necessarily.
It's a doctor, though.
I mean, it's a scientist.
True.
Right? That is more, I look at that as more like forensic scientist, like I would like CSI.
Fair, but also a great show.
Oh, another fantastic show. But I mean, I find it might be a little hard sometimes to transfer that kind of story into the 1.5 to 2 hour like genre, if you will. It works well in that 44-minute kind of timeline. But that's what made it hard for me. But I'm going to give it a try anyways. And I think I have 3 movies that fit well enough the criteria and movies that I have seen. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to take 3 films each, a keep, a watch, and a pass. The keep is the perfect medicine. The watch, it's not going to kill you, but it ain't going to hurt you. And the pass, it's kind of like one of those early remedies on house. You might just die from it.
Oh, dear. But it'll make for an interesting, half hour.
Oh, wait till the third act, you'll be fine. All right, Kara, we're going to start with you. Your keep medical film.
I am keeping an absolute gem, a classic, I dare say, a chef's kiss perfect performance by Robin Williams as Patch Adams.
Okay.
He had so much heart and was so funny and so heartwarming. I think that should be a part of the many, many, many years of training for actual doctors, that they don't forget the human. Behind the diagnosis, there is a human. And at the very heart of it, humor, and to use laughter as the best medicine. I can't say enough about Robin Williams and his performance as Patch Adams.
You ever see something and you have to shake your head and you have to double check to make sure that, did I see that right? How does this film qualify for It's Not That Bad?
No.
The popcorn meter sits at 73%. Fair?
Yes.
Fair. The tomatometer sits at 21%.
21?
21%.
You have got to be kidding me.
I wish I was.
There's something wrong with that math. There is something very, very wrong with the critics, if that's the case.
Like,
How? This movie is an absolute heartwarming, touching, like it should be the playbook for doctors who are working in the medical profession.
Okay, let me just take a look at some of these, like, naysaying critics here. Joe Morgenstern from the Wall Street Journal had written, like too many of Mr. Williams' recent movies, Patch Adams wastes the genius of a peerless clown.
Did he miss the point of the why?
Richard Corliss of Time magazine said, comics who want to do Hamlet often end up, as here, serving big, sticky slices of ham.
Harsh.
I'll admit, I've never seen this film.
What?
I've never seen this film.
Never.
So I can't say whether I agree with the critics or not because I've never watched it. But it seems to me that this needs to go up on the whiteboard.
Absolutely. I would defend this with a scalpel. I'm ready for surgery.
That's some close-up combat if you're fighting with a scalpel.
No, like...
Can you take 3 steps closer? My blade isn't that long.
That, and I can only make very small incisions. So I have to be very specific.
When I do cut you on your artery, please try to bleed away from me.
My God.
Yeah,
No. All joking aside, this movie, picture Miss Doubtfire. And just the heart.
That's Mrs. Doubtfire to you.
Oh, yes. Okay. But the heartwarming goodness behind the comedy.
Yeah.
Right? Behind the laughs. It wasn't just comedy for the sake of the cheap laugh. It was heartwarming.
Yeah. Or even a film like Good Morning Vietnam, where, yes, Robin Williams is improving his way to get a bunch of really good laughs, but it's a gut punch of a story, really, when you take a look at everything that goes on around him.
Right. Well, that's exactly it. Like when you think of how he connects with especially the children that are in the hospital, that, I mean, a child in a hospital has to be very scared, obviously. But when their doctor, for example, has, like the red clown nose and is just so warm and funny and caring and trying to make the very best of a very scary situation for these children and make them feel just cared for and loved through laughter, like a doctor that actually cares about the person and goes beyond the diagnosis, right? Like that. Holy moly, I have to defend this movie. I'm ready now.
Well, I got to watch the film first.
I've got my scalpel and my bone saw. I'm ready.
If I don't watch the film first, it's just going to be like, hi, welcome to the show. Carrie's about to rant for about an hour. To see you later, so. But I have no problems putting this one on the whiteboard and marking it for future defense, because that seems ridiculously low to me. Because, I mean, everyone I've ever talked to about Patch Adams has had glowing things to say about it. So I'm morbidly curious as to what the hell the critics were seeing or not seeing.
I dare say, and I know this is going to be a bold statement, but I would put this up there with Dead Poets Society as being one of his iconic, really one of his top roles. Maybe not the best.
You're putting it up there with Dead Poets Society?
Yes.
That is.
It is.
That film is literature unto itself.
It has the same heart. So whereas instead of a teacher leading a class, it's a physician who's bringing joy to his patients. And I think that's absolutely beautiful.
I want to make a point here, because we are talking about medical films and we were talking about medical shows earlier. Dead Poets Society, of course, fantastic film with Robin Williams. You mentioned it. Also stars in a leading role Robert Sean Leonard, who was a main character in House. So it all makes sense.
This episode is brought to you by Nespresso Virtual Coffee Machines. Ready to enjoy the bold flavors of barista-quality Nespresso iced coffee at home? Simply fill a glass with ice and press the brew button on your virtual pop machine to enjoy rich double espressos roasted to stand up even when chilled. Refreshingly bold iced coffee. Refreshingly easy to make at home. Visit Nespresso.com to shop now.
Finding a new job is stressful. But with Indeed, it doesn't have to be. Just fill out your Indeed profile with your skills, experience, and desired salary. The more you fill out, the better your matches will be. And hearing from hiring managers will be 2 times more likely. Relax. That's your Indeed profile sending opportunities your way. Indeed, the world can work better.
Want to live better? We got a lot of work to do. Join Chris Hemsworth in National Geographic's new Disney Plus original series, Limitless. Live Better Now.
I'm diving headfirst into cutting-edge science to uncover 3 powerful secrets to living better right now. The growth that occurs through any challenging experience is really what we see.
Chris Hemsworth stars in Limitless. Live Better Now. Streaming August 15th on Disney Plus and Hulu.
It's showtime.
Okay. My keep pick is a bit of a stretch, but the main character is a doctor who is trying to atone for a bit of malpractice, at least what he perceived to be, or was led to perceive to be, malpractice. And so finds himself working for a company that sells replacement body parts. Of course, I'm talking about Repo, the genetic offer, because of course I am. Of course I am. But Anthony Stewart Head as Nathan, the doctor turned repo man. This is just a chef's kiss performance. Like,
take your medicine.
I remember we talked about this in episode 50 of It's Not That Bad. Because we were like, oh, episode 50, we have to defend this film because it's awesome. And it's still awesome to this day. But the thing is, I don't know how this film maybe shouldn't have worked. Low budget, shot overnight on sets borrowed and redressed. I think it was from Saw 4.
Mm-hmm.
It was either Saw 4 or Saw 5, one of the two. As a passion project, because the director who was working on that Saw film was also the director of Repo the Genetic Opera, and basically like, all right, I'm going to pull double duty here. I'm going to get whatever funds I can get for this film. We're going to do this. By hook or by crook, we're going to do this. And I dare say Repo the Genetic Opera is better than any Saw film. Any Saw film. I'm telling you right now, one of my favorite musicals of all time. Soundtrack slaps. Somehow, Paris Hilton is awesome in it. And even from what we were talking about during that show, behind the scenes, Paris Hilton was freaking awesome as well. You ever take a handful of people all believing in a project and doing whatever they need to do to make it happen, and you get magic on the screen? When my only complaint about this film, and I have a complaint, because you know I love this film. I know you love this film. This movie is our litmus test, people. If you love this film, you are our people. But there was a song during the end credits called VUK-R. It's not on the soundtrack. It's not on Spotify. I found it on YouTube as a video. It's like 1.5 minutes long. And I am disappointed that we don't get the full song. Because it sounded like they kind of faded it out halfway through. I need that song. That is my only complaint. And I recognize I'm really kind of grading on a curve here on this one. I'm really kind of stretching the boundaries of what's a medical film. But I mean, I think an argument could be made that this would qualify as a medical film per se.
I think so. I mean, when you look at, it was a doctor who was keeping his daughter medicated to help save her life from getting the same chronic condition that her mother died of.
Yes.
So, yeah, okay. They're also harvesting organs and, when
the payments due.
So there's that angle, maybe. Okay, that's...
Okay, you tell me somewhere down the road, some insurance company is going to look at this film and go, that's a brilliant idea. We should do that.
Horrible.
But they would.
Mm.
All right. My watch film is a bit more traditional medical film because it takes place during the time of the 80s AIDS epidemic. I'm talking about a film called And the Band Played On. It was an HBO original. And listen to this cast. Okay. Keep in mind, this film came out, I think it was like 1993 it came out. Matthew Modine, Richard Gere, Alan Alda, Ian McKellen, Lily Tomlin, Phil Collins, Steve Martin for an HBO film. And it's basically a docudrama about the initial discovery of HIV and how it became almost demonized in the media and this handful of people that were trying to figure out what the hell this virus was. And the sad thing is, you take a look at this film and you sit there and go, wow, you can easily draw some parallels during the COVID global pandemic, where things were demonized and funding was cut here and there, and you're fighting against something that you don't know. But at least during COVID, there was at least some kind of line you could draw back to the Spanish flu. Here, the very real unknown that they were dealing with. It's an all-star cast. The film is handled so delicately too. And I dare say this film, if it's not already in the National Archive of Film, it should be. As a docudrama, it's fantastic.
What is the connection with the band?
It's just one of those things where even though all of this is happening, life must go on. And the band played on.
Oh, okay. It's not an actual...
No, it has nothing to do with a band.
Based on a band. Okay.
No. But it's... When you think about how many performers have passed away from AIDS, it's a gut punch.
I was wondering if there was any connection with Freddie Mercury.
No.
In his story.
No, but if I remember correctly, I think around the time this film came out was around the time that Freddie was very much dying of AIDS. So parallels being what they are, it's, it was a scary time, but I think this film met the moment and met the challenge of dealing with everything that happened very respectfully. You have to applaud them for that. All right, over to you, your watch film.
My watch film is one that I've seen many, many, many years ago, but a heart-wrenching tale of a father who would go to any length to save his son and to ensure that the hospital performs a much-needed heart transplant. And I'm talking about John Q. Denzel Washington was the father that I guess held the medical staff hostage, if you will, or he, again, a desperate, intense father trying to save his son and go to any length, do what needs to be done to ensure that this operation, this life-saving operation, is performed.
Take a look at the cast, right? Denzel Washington, of course. The late Anne Hesh, James Woods, Ray Liotta. It's got a good cast. But again, remember, this is Denzel Washington we're talking about here. You can't really go wrong if Denzel Washington is your lead actor, right? Wrong. It qualifies 26% tomatometer.
Oh my God. I like all the bad movies.
Well, I mean, remember, Repo also qualifies.
Well, yeah, we've defended that.
And the band played on does not qualify, and rightfully so. But yeah, apparently critics don't like medical films. That
could be it.
That's very much could be it. All right. So let me toss it over to you because I've never seen this film, so now I'm curious. Your pass pick.
I'm going to be completely honest and, full disclosure, I have not seen this movie in its entirety. I have seen enough trailers and, well, it's a Michael Bay film. So it's enough for me to say, yeah, no, hard pass. I'm passing on Ambulance with Jake Gyllenhaal as one of the paramedics. I mean, it's a Michael Bay film, so, everything goes boom, right? And that's pretty much I don't know if it would be directed from somebody else's perspective, if I might have enjoyed the movie more. But it's just so big and explosive. And that it's those type of scenes that there's things going boom and I'm falling asleep in the chair. I'm just like, wake me up when the storyline picks up.
First of all, I do need to point out your keep qualified, your watch qualified, your pass does not.
Oh, wow.
Speaking of films that maybe shouldn't be, Will Smith has done some interesting sci-fi genre films. And some of them I would even defend. Like, I would defend iRobot, even though I know there are flaws in it. I would defend it still. Kind of hard to defend I Am Legend, because there are points where the film is actually really, really good. But then there are points where Will Smith starts to Will Smith all over the place. And it's not an even performance from Will Smith. Like, at least with iRobot, he was Will Smith throughout the whole damn thing. So at least it was consistent. Here, there were points where I'm like, that's it. That's perfect. Do that. And then there's other parts where I'm like, oh.
I didn't find he was fully Will Smith even keel through Independence Day.
Oh, no. He was Will Smith in. But again, this is early Will Smith, though. So he was still developing the Will Smithing.
His name is a verb.
His name is a verb. And you take a look at some of those films, and it's definitely a verb. It's the Bad Boys treatment. But no, here, playing a scientist / doctor who's trying to figure out a cure for the mutant whatever kind of thing that's he's the only non-mutated person in New York. And there's moments in this film, and it's really, really, really well done. And then there's other moments where it's like, what the hell are you doing? But the thing is, this film called for a certain type of performance. And you got that at moments. Like the first night where we see he's kind of hunkered down in his house, and you hear all like the maniacal like screaming and howling that's going on, and he's like basically like frightened sleeping, like forcing himself to try to sleep in this bathtub because it's where he feels safe. And I'm like, this is really, really dark and awesome. And then the sun comes up and he's walking around with his dog, and it's like, this is not the same Will Smith that was terrified and basically hunkering down to save his life and hoping he lives through the night that we just saw in the last scene. I wish we had a more cohesive performance from Will Smith, because I think he could do it. And the film deserves it. And I know there are multiple endings shot for this, and I've seen the alternate ending, and the alternate ending is so much better. But we got what we got. And what we got was a pass. Carrie, thank you so much for this. Now, please remind our listeners what their prescription was for your Keep, Watch, and Pass movies.
I would like to keep Patch Adams and defend it.
On the whiteboard.
It's happening. I'm watching John Q, and I am passing on Ambulance.
All right. I am keeping Repo the Genetic Opera, because of course I am. I am watching And the Band Played On, and I highly recommend everyone else watch it because it is a really, really good film. And I am passing on I Am Legend, even though the potential was there, but it just wasn't a complete film. Carrie, thank you so much. And to you, our dear listeners, well, you guys know the drill. If there's a topic that you want us to cover on Keep, Watch, Pass, or a movie you want us to cover on It's Not That Bad, you know, kind of like if you're really pissed off that Patch Adams qualifies, hit us up on social media at Not That Badcast, or go to our website at notthatbadcast.com. And while you're there, make sure you subscribe to the webpage, because every time we put a new post up, you get notified immediately, so you don't miss a thing. Until next time, she's Carrie, I'm Jay. You guys are awesome. This is Keep, Watch, Pass on the It's Not That Bad podcast channel, and a proud member of the Pantheon Podcast Network. Take care.